Enable notifications by ringing the bell.
So funny enough, as much as Ben plays with Legos, talks greatly and very highly about Legos, he has yet to see the Lego movie.
It's a good movie.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a really good movie. I liked it a lot. I think that a lot of people wrote it off and said, "Oh, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good," and all this and all that. But it turned out to be extremely well done.
Yep.
And then we had Lego Batman, which was hilarious.
It was also really good.
I loved it, dude. It was so good. I mean, and Will Arnett as Batman, I never thought I would like anyone outside of Kevin Conroy voice acting Batman. Well, okay, I will say this. On top of Kevin Conroy, Reno Romano's pretty good, and Bruce Greenwood's pretty good. And Jason O'Mara's not bad.
Well, I mean, and Lego Batman, you can be a little bit sillier.
Yes.
With it.
So, like him having that internal discussion with himself about the lobster. It's like, I deserve this.
Lobster Thermidor.
It's like, lobster Thermidor. I deserve this for today. I deserve this. And then also Michael Cera as Robin.
The Lego movie and Lego Batman did things for me that I really surprised me, because in Lego movie, Will Ferrell gets on my nerves a lot. I thought he was great in that.
I did too.
Same thing. Michael Cera gets on my nerves a lot. I thought he was great in Lego Batman.
I think so too.
So
and
that really impressed me.
Well, yeah.
Sorry to anyone that's a huge Will Ferrell or Michael Cera fan.
No, it's fine. I mean, honestly, for me, I like Will Ferrell. There was a time there where he was just like in too many movies, and I was just like, "Can't we have a break, Will?" And then he does the first film, and it was really, really well done. Mm-hmm. I mean, and also I think, would you say spoiler season's out on this?
I would imagine so, yeah.
Okay, so how they made the world work, it was actually all taking place in a kid's imagination. Mm-hmm. And it dealt with like, you can be, to limit something to where you build it how it is on the box versus you building what you want. That to me was, spoke such great volumes. I love that. And how they ended the first movie with he said so now that you're allowed to play down here, your sister's invited too.
I assume she's going to be the villain.
Well, yeah, I think. Well, and all of a sudden here comes the Duplo block. Like, we are here to destroy you, and all of a sudden it's just like, oh no,
oh dear.
And I think I think the important lesson in this one is going to be sharing. I think that's what I think anyway, because that's how you could tie in, a great lesson is that, sharing with, like sharing your toys with your siblings and your friends and all that shows you can have more fun in a lot of ways.
I don't know. If I'm having a Taco Tuesday, I'm not sharing my tacos.
Toys, dude. Not your
Tuesday,
tacos.
But
you don't have to share your food. Dude, you share your food if you want to, but I'm talking about, a more like play item that you can play with that's not going to fall apart. Like, it's like, hey man, you want to play with this taco? Sure. Throw it.
Bleh.
Oh,
perfect spiral. Oh.
Just goes all over you. Yeah.
Delicious.
But okay, so what we get with Lego Movie 2 is we're getting the sequel, literally called The Second Part. Now, knowing that it's all taking place in a kid's head, that title makes so much more sense, like now than ever, and I'm interested to see how they're going to do this one, and I'm excited nonetheless. So, I guess without further ado, let's jump in and see what the Lego Movie 2 has to offer.
A lifetime has passed.
No.
You notice something?
It's like the Statue of Liberty torch. It's like Planet of the Apes style.
No mini trailer before the real trailer.
Oh, well, we don't know that yet.
Oh shit, you're right. Sorry, didn't mean to pause there.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. Oh dear.
Our lives descended into chaos. This new life has toughened and hardened us all.
2 coffees, please. 1 black, 1 with just a touch of cream and 25 sugars.
Well, toughened most of us.
I wake up in the morning, wide awake.
Good morning.
For the day.
Hello, cyborg.
Say, what a morning.
Good morning, sewer babies.
Emmett,
Jesus.
you gotta stop pretending everything is awesome. It isn't.
Yeah, I get it. And that's why I've cultivated a totally hard-edged side that's super tough. And look, a shooting star, make a wish.
Jesus, Emmett.
Oh no. Something new. What is it up to?
I don't know, but that beat is pretty fresh.
Planetary, intergalactic. Uh-oh.
Whoa.
It's like it knows our every move.
Weird, right?
This guy is the special.
This guy was a fierce warrior,
Okay, well, technically, I did the warrior stuff.
so you fought and master built and kicked butt, and then the hapless male was the leader.
He, well,
Well, early on, yeah, but... Oh, no.
Hang on to your prawns, Planny. We're going to save Lucy and all of the other people who were captured.
Okay.
Behold, the sister.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
no woes. Do not give her the satisfaction of woeing this. That's even worse. Stop it.
Okay, so we're getting a proper sequel here. Whereas Lego Batman is kind of considered like a pseudo prequel or a pseudo sequel to the Lego movie. This one looks legit, dude. I mean, this one is looking like it's going to. I mean, we're upping the stakes. I mean, hell, instead of staying in Bricksburg, instead of staying on the regular Lego planet, we're now going to a different planet. In which I wonder if that's the one Lego set taking parts and pieces and taking characters from the one world to the other is going to be the little sister, like taking them up to her room.
I would imagine so.
I
yeah.
think that's what it's going to be, and eventually, like the little brother is going to be going, or the older brother is going to be flying around the house with a Lego spaceship house that Emmett, that Emmett built, and he's going to go up to her room, and like the whole fight's going to evolve there on the sister system. Which,
I mean, I like that they really haven't given away very much.
no,
But I mean, it still looks good, and I'm quite confident it's going to be very good because the first one was just absolutely hilarious.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree 100%. And the jokes in the first film were flying at you at such a rapid pace, you barely had time to breathe between laughing.
And it's almost like I'm usually not a fan of like overly ridiculous stuff, but just it was so silly, but it worked.
Yeah.
Like, and I honestly, I think one of my favorite characters was probably like the pirate where he had like the robot body and he was talking about like losing all his guts.
Ironbeard the pirate.
And it's just, that was the last thing I was expecting to be a pirate that's been horribly maimed and recounts like how he like lost all of his intestines,
Yeah.
But
Also,
it was,
Also, probably one of my favorite. Okay, let me get to the part right here. Here we go.
Oh,
This part right here,
spaceship.
still
Man, he's
cracks me up.
like one of the old school Lego models.
Yeah.
Where he's got like his busted helmet and everything.
Yeah.
Spaceship.
Yeah.
I could build a spaceship. You're not gonna say no?
He's even lost his visor.
So happy. Look at him.
It's a pretty rocket spaceship, too. Middle Zealand.
Just that. In the theater, I could barely hold myself in my chair. I was almost dying.
I feel like that's gonna be Ben one day.
What?
He's gonna build a spaceship, and
Yeah,
he's
he-
gonna be that excited about it.
He's gonna be like, spaceship, 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 spaceship.
We're gonna fly a hole straight through Middle Zealand.
Oh my god, dude. That is just too good. Oh god. Oh, my stomach. You see, if you haven't watched the first Lego movie, like, that moment right there is so cathartic because
I mean,
the entire film.
It's really stinking fun. I mean,
It
it's
is.
just
It is. Oh god, did you see that one one challenge? Like, it was like 2 weeks before the movie came out on DVD and Blu-ray. They held a contest at one Lego store to where down this one pathway, there was no other way to get to it. There's just one pathway, and at the end there were a select amount of copies of the Lego movie, and you could get them. But you had to walk across a pathway that was littered with Legos.
Oh, barefoot?
Barefooted. You evil sods. And people actually did it.
Oh, yeah.
People actually did that, and it was awesome. They were just like, they were walking back across with their copy like, I did it! I did it!
Blood pouring out of their feet.
And you actually had to sign a waiver. You actually had to sign a waiver to do it.
I believe it.
To me, that's just hilarious. It's like shoes go here, go get them, killer. As a kid who played with Lego sets a lot and actually stepped on Legos more times than I can count, holy crap! And my mom can recount the times she stepped on Legos barefooted when she went into my little playroom that I had. Because whenever I was a kid, we lived in this double wide that had 3 bedrooms on one side. There was at the end of the hallway it was a bedroom here, a bedroom across, and then a bedroom, and then the master bedroom was on the far side of the hallway. So when my parents built an add-on, like, my bedroom became mine and my sister's playroom, and there was pretty much a line drawn down the middle as to which side was hers, which side was mine. And my sister tried to convince my mom and my dad that because she was older, she deserved more space.
I'm sure that worked.
No, it didn't. Like, my parents were just like, no, Ashley, no. And I was there, and here's the thing. I had my stuff on my side, and, like, my sister, like, she would leave her stuff out on my side.
Of course.
You know what I did? I picked it up very nicely, and I took it over to her side, and I sat it on her table that she had over there, where she had her Barbies and her little Jeeps and everything like that. I have one thing on her side. She goes crying to mom and dad saying I made a mess in there on her side of the room. And guess what? My mom and dad half the time would chew me out and say and tell me stuff before they even went in there and looked. I mean, it's I swear, siblings. Sometimes I like. There were days I wish I was an only sibling, but this is reality, and I love my sister. You ever had moments like that with Caleb where you and him butt heads?
Not really.
I guess you two were born. You two were born close enough together.
And we were 2 years apart. We didn't really fight that I can remember.
Me and my sister were born 3 years apart, and needless to say, whenever it comes to certain topics, we're oil and water. We both know how to push each other's buttons. It's just like the other day, like, we were talking about how, she doesn't let her kids watch Peppa Pig or anything like that because, she thinks Peppa Pig is, a whiny brat that turns other kids into whiny brats. And I'm like, yeah. And like, I was like, yeah, I agree 100%. That's right. But then all of a sudden, when it came to just like putting something on TV to occupy her kids for an X amount of time, guess what she puts it on? Peppa frickin' Pig. And I'm like, why don't you try and get them interested in other shit? She's like, Nate, don't tell me how to raise my kids. I'm like, Ash, you were talking like 10 minutes ago about how you hated Peppa Pig and all this. She's like, I don't care. I just want them to be occupied for a little bit. And I'm like, parenting in the 21st century, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all it is. It's like kids annoying you. It's just like throw an iPhone at them. That'll do it. They'll keep them occupied for like the next 5 hours. Meanwhile, what have they learned? Oh yeah, they learned that Kim Kardashian. They learned about nothing but Kim Kardashian's butt. Which celebrity is sleeping with who? And oh yeah, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I mean, that's instead of actually like learning how to do stuff with you actually interacting with your kid. Like, this is a whole argument I've had with my sister, and like we go like I said, we go back and forth on a lot of things. So,
moral of this story is don't have kids.
I want to have kids someday. It's just I want to actually be able to like interact with them and raise them. It's just like if anything, I'd love to keep doing this and like be a stay-at-home dad and like introduce my kids to like how to fix stuff and how to operate stuff like this instead of like mindlessly playing the same bubble pop games.
Moral of the story:
that.
If you don't want your kids, send them to Nate. We'll turn them into YouTubers.
No, they don't have to be YouTubers if they don't want to be. That it's just teaching them skills that they can use later in life. It's just like, for instance, Micah, did you have a tech school where you could like learn how to machine mill and like do like woodworking and stuff like that?
I'm sure there probably was one somewhere. I guess.
Well, I was just going to say, wouldn't you have benefited? Do you feel like you would have probably benefited like having that at home, like having somebody like teach you how to do stuff like that?
Well, yeah. I mean, I did.
You did? Your dad?
Well, I mean, we didn't do like woodworking, but I mean, we like did like work, like splitting firewood and laying hardwood floor and laying tile and.
Hey, there you go.
Like,
so you had that.
Well, yeah,
so that's good. So
work.
Yeah,
splitting stumps was horrible. I hated that.
Yeah, I get that. Actually, my dad had this ingenious way of doing it.
A hydraulic press.
No,
we rented one of those one time. That was cool.
No, it wasn't a hydraulic press. Instead, we had a backhoe. That my dad, he'd let me operate the back end of it, and he would like tell me where it was a stump. He didn't care if I like broke something on it, as long as I didn't like break the bucket or anything like that. Like he would get the backhoe back there, and he would lift, and he would have me like pull back on the stump and like lift it up a little bit to where he could actually like get under a little bit, and then he would chainsaw out the roots.
Yeah, that's a little different. We never really did that. We just like, it wasn't like a stump attached to the ground, just splitting them up for firewood size pieces. But
we did that too. It's just my dad wanted to get the stump out of the ground first.
Yeah.
Like he would take the entire stump and just throw it on the fire.
That's hard to do because if you look at a tree, there's just as much under the ground as you see above the ground.
Yeah, spread out in the roots and everything. Yeah, which actually this weekend or next week, me and my dad were going to cut down the tree that's up there in the front yard.
Oh, the little one?
The one on the walk path. Yeah. Because the landlords here, they hate it because it's overgrown. Because they only wanted it to get like a certain point, like they wanted it to like keep being tilled and cut down to where it was manageable, but now it's just impossible. It's like instead just start anew. They're probably wanting to get like a dogwood tree or something to put out there.
I mean, that's also going to get kind of big unless we build it out of Legos.
There you go. Tie it back in. Nice. So, all right. we go off on tangents like this all the time, and I hate it. But at the same time, I love it. But I know you all hate it because, you all keep saying, hey, you take too long to get to the video, and you keep blabbing after, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of what we do. We waste time. Or we have fun, rather, wouldn't you say? I don't know. But anyway, I guess until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
Micah.
And if you're excited about the new Lego movie, let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.